critics will criticize and people will be cynical. Some people, and our job is to do our job. In 2 years, what has happened has made significant impact. When someone gets on the road, get in a car, and can move from here to Harper, in a day's time, when that person was taking a week passing through Cote d'Ivoire, and you talk about impact of this government, the people of Lofa will travel to Monrovia passing through Sierra Leone or Guinea. Now they're not doing it. You talk about impact, drug supply has improved materially across all hospitals. You're talking about impact? I could go on and on and on. Even the electricity situation we're talking about. Yes, we want more. That's why I said the burden the government faces, the reward for doing more is the burden to do more.
So it is a Friday. There's no better way that Minister Kafouan would have said this. The opposition is really getting difficult for them. They are getting really cornered because the harder this government work, the difficult it makes it for the opposition. Because the more the opposition will want to strike back, and the more they strike back, the more the government works harder. Impact-wise, on the population, on the people, the ordinary people, is visible in terms of roads, especially those who are in the urban and the interior. Even those who are in the city itself, there are constraints in terms of movements. Before Carwell, deep inside Carwell, Bentall, Johnsonville, all those places, challenges were there. There are still challenges, but compare the ratio in terms of the people's movement, how they are commuting. Electricity, are we there yet? Have there been challenges recently? Yes. But how far have we come in 2 years, 4 months with electricity as compared to the 6 years of our brothers? So, opposition doesn't mean you must lie. Opposition means you can tell the people they are working, but I think we got a better way to do it. Provide the alternative. Now, what this finance minister have done in terms of negotiating the funds for these developmental projects, did they do it? The General Auditing Commission is also auditing this government. The reports are coming out. Let's listen to the finance minister, because how he plays this thing he just nailed the hammer on the head of the nail. I'll catch you guys in the next edition of the Political Replay.
So when you start to show your capacity, people expect more from you. So that's it.
But he came to rescue anyway.
But that's what we are. But we didn't say. And I just made an analogy. I was in your county, Bond County. I made the analogy like this. And I said something. And I will repeat. The development journey is not a 100-meter rectilinear dash to the finish line. It is like a marathon. It has bumps in the road. It has curves that goes to the finish line. So it requires what we call sweat equity. It requires brain equity. And every day, government is working, is grinding this thing out. So if you think about the journey from here to Banga, okay, think that we are near Totota, or maybe a little bit beyond Totota, or let's say Salala. think there's a town, is it Flala? How do you call it?
Flala.
Flala. Let's just think that we are Flala. And if our target is Banga, we have not reached Banga yet. This is 2 years, this government, 2 years, and just under 4 months. And sometimes the government is graded like a 6-year government. Think about it. If you are at Filala, at this point of the journey, your detractors or your critics will come and say, will point to the distance to Banga and say, you haven't traveled this one yet. You haven't reached this point. Yes, we agree. We have that. But to say that we are red light is dead wrong. The progress is seen and visible. So in this period, one can come and say, oh, like we talk about youth empowerment. This is good. But anyone can come and say, you have not done this one yet. We have invested in roads. Someone can come and say, you haven't brought the road to my house yet. That's true. We are investing in electricity. You see, all the successes that we scored in electricity. There has been some bumps in the road. People want more. So the people that want more.
So you think expectations are high?
Yes, because, no, sometimes people have high expectations. No, people have high expectations of you based on you. Sometimes they have low expectations of others based on them. Some of you guys might have taken this thing called the GMAT test, the computer-based test. When you're going to take the GMAT, it starts with you it will treat you like an average person. So the first question is an average question. When you pass that question, the next question is more difficult than the first. And when you pass that other question, the next question is more difficult. So when you are receiving more and more difficult questions on the GMAT, you are actually scoring better grades. So, but when you're receiving weaker and weaker questions, it means the system is downgrading you. It means your IQ is lower. So the expectation is going to be high. People will pressurize the government because they know the government can do more, and we're doing more. Some of the, let me tell you this. Some of the challenges we face are just natural. We have mobilized the money for the road. We are taking the road now because when we came in, the road from Banga to Saraye, that project have been down for more than a year. You know why? The government was not paying its obligation to the Kuwaitis and the Arab lenders. It's necessary from the connect here. No, it's necessary. We'll connect this. We're not paying that. So I led a delegation to Kuwait. On that delegation was the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Public Works Minister, I think the National Port Authority, MD. We renegotiated the package, regained our credibility, and started to pay. So that road project started. Now we have mobilized from the Saudi fund, the Kuwaiti fund, and Badia all the money.
Why was it renegotiated?
Renegotiated because the government, and I use the government in generic term, the road, when the government came in 2024, the project had practically started. Because the government, the Liberian government, the generic government, was defaulting, was not paying. And so the project stopped. We unlocked it. The project has resumed. Now, we mobilized additional funding.
Be specific, we are government?
Well, you are smarter than me on that one. We mobilized additional funding from the Kuwaitis, the Saudis, and Badia. We have the money for the road from Salaye to Vanjama, because people will be concerned that the president, the pivot agreement, the road he's going to groundbreak will be from Menekoma to Vanjama. How about from Salaye to Vanjama? We have the money. One of the things that we have all the financing commitments. The thing that is delaying the movement now, one, the ring that have started, and procurement. Because you can get the money, you have to go through the process. So we're working with those people so as to expedite processes.
What did the government say to you, Minister?
So I was saying, look, you will look at certain things and you find out that is now moving, you know, because I saw someone from some activists, a local activist. I saw someone share with me the podcast. What is happening with the salary of Wanyama? You know, when I gave the person the detail, they understood. So some of these processes, development is time intensive. That there will be impatience. Yes, like electricity, the infrastructure, to build some of those infrastructures. We're talking about multi-year period. And we as a country, and I say we as a country, we all are people. We destroyed them during the war. We are rebuilding. So some of those things will not happen with the snap of the finger.
Minister, what did the Kuwaiti government say to you while you were funding stopped?
Well,
Doing your renegotiation?
no, we're not paying back our debt. We are taking facility, especially, you know, we are taking facility for the port dredging. You know, we got two boats, you know, I think 2014, you know, to help the ports and other things. But government was not the Liberian government, not only just the Kuwaitis, but the other lenders, because there was a consortium of lenders that the government put together for that road. He had the Badia, he had the Saudi fund, he had the Kuwaiti fund. So we were owing all the lenders. So the lenders said, well, you are not paying, and so we will not give more money. So that road
that was the reason that stalled the work,
yes.
probably.
Yes.
Yeah, but others said that they signed both the roads and electricity agreement for 10 years. So if you coming up now and saying that you re-sign all of what they signed, can you clarify some of these things?
Well, you know, my job is to do my job. As I said, you've seen us signing agreements in electricity. Director Sharif and I, we signed a 23 megawatt agreement with a company in Washington, D.C. on the sidelines of the annual meetings called SCATEC. I've been signing road agreements, you know, with the Saudis, with the Kuwaitis, with the World Bank. I've been signing. So, I mean, it just proves that we are moving forward. There will always be statements.
Okay.
My duty is not to be reacting to statements.
Okay.
Sorry, before I lose my thought, I know you jumped into the road electricity issue, and I thought that we would have treated last. We'll still get back to it. I didn't hear you talk about the CSA and all of these issues.